At ASICS, we need people who look at the world from every angle to help broaden and deepen the positive impact we have on society. In partnership with Equalture, we are well on the way to creating a progressive and inclusive hiring process where we believe every candidate has an equal opportunity to succeed.
We use Equalture at the very beginning of the hiring process. We've used Equalture for all sorts of roles within ASICS Technology, from more business-facing to pure tech roles as well. And we've also used it for roles of varying seniority, starting from trainees, media professionals, senior professionals, and executive level professionals as well.
So when I applied for ASICS Technology and I received an invitation for an assessment, my first thoughts were quite terrified, and because I feel traditional testing is quite daunting and you always think, should I go revise maths and go think about puzzles and everything to be prepared? But with Equalture, I feel like it was so natural, and I was really surprised that the testing was very intuitive and I could just be myself and act as I would in a natural daily life.
Their game-based assessments, while fun, also offer deep insights into the behavior of candidates, things like how they would approach a certain situation, how they think, how they solve problems, for example. These deep insights is not something that you can gain from reading a CV.
Yeah, I would recommend this experience to others. I felt that it gave a really reflective assessment of some of my personal skills and attributes that are actually a good representation of myself. So things about my leadership style and communication style and the way that I do problem solving. And so I thought that it was a way to be able to get to some of those insights about myself at a bit deeper level before we had the interview.
Equalture has helped us reduce screening time and provide for a better candidate experience. Great candidate experience is at the very core of our recruitment philosophy, also rooted in our customer orientation as a company in general. And Equalture has allowed us to have shorter lead times and provide for a fantastic and very speedy recruitment experience as well.
I felt that it gave a bit more opportunity to understand me better before we had an interview, so that they were able to probe a bit more into some areas that perhaps I didn't score as highly in some of the tests, but also to ask some good questions about areas that I did score more highly in. So it made the interview process a little bit more structured and more personalized to me.
Equalture has definitely helped us identify candidates we might have otherwise overlooked. We've actually recently hired a couple of colleagues who were looking to make a career transition at the time when they applied to ASICS Technology, and Equalture has allowed us to have a comparable way of assessment for those candidates to candidates who already had industry and job experience in that particular field.
It just felt very intuitive and stress-free, so I feel like this type of testing gives a chance for everyone to participate in a very inclusive and fair way.
To be honest, when I was doing the assessments, I actually forgot that I was doing it for a hiring process because I was totally immersed in the games and focused on trying to beat the levels as fast as I could. Also, as a person with color blindness, in the past I had struggled with similar tests that involved colors as different markers for objects. However, with Equalture, I didn't have this issue, as they also used different objects to differentiate different levels or items, which I found to be much more inclusive, but it also saved me a lot of frustration.